Good evening, everybody. This is your captain speaking. Welcome on board First Time Flyers. I'm your pilot Viv, and I'm here with my co-pilot Joe. Today we'll be departing for Little Britain. Fasten your seatbelts, secure your baggage, and prepare for takeoff. Hey Joe, you're so far away.
We've moved farther away because how the mics work is we have individual audio tracks, but we pick up on each other's because we sit quite close.
Yeah.
So we're trying to see what it sounds like if we sit farther away.
We're going to slowly start adding
soundproofing and stuff.
Well, we can't afford soundproofing.
No,
Not at Pod One Out Studios. We actually work as a non-profit.
Yeah.
So we're just going to stick some egg cartons behind us.
Yeah. So for context, we usually sit like touching distance, like...
Yeah, like high-fiving distance usually, because we do often do that on All Hail the King.
Yeah, we genuinely do high-five quite a lot when we're recording, but we're a good
we're just
now,
that tight.
Yeah, we're genuinely like...
2 meters away?
Yeah, 6 feet, 2 it's like COVID.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
This is good.
I miss the days when everyone was like, keep this distance away from everyone.
Stay away from me.
Yeah, back off.
No, back the fuck off.
Yeah.
But you seem so distant now.
I know.
I feel like I'm shouting across. Actually, this will be good for like us projecting.
This will be good for you. I don't need to project. If anything, I need to lower
I think
more.
I think my podcasting voice has gotten a lot better.
Oh, definitely. It's only ever been the case of I teach. So like I project my voice 24/7.
Yeah.
So it's like,
But we're coming to the end of our British sitcoms in the 2000s. Yeah. What a micro niche. and yet we still had to whittle it down.
We did, yeah. Because, you can always fit more in. And the rule with all of these seasons is just, it gives us a launching point, and we can always come back to them in the future.
This was a very interesting season. A lot of different variety of things.
Yeah, because we picked 2 each, and then Garen picked this one.
Garen, our co-host on...
producer of the pod.
Producer of the pod.
Garen, co-host on All Hail the King. We gave him the final slot, even though I also was advocating for Little Britain, because I thought it would be funny.
You will pay for your crimes.
Yeah, but you were like, I know you were against it, and then Garen was like, no, please do Little Britain.
All right.
So,
well, here we are today.
Yeah.
And not only that, we have a very special guest.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's not like when we'd have Garen, Kate, or Meg on, where like they were here the whole time.
Yeah, no, this is going to be in the last quarter.
Yeah,
so
we'll include the guest aspect of it at the end.
So stick around and find out, and you're going to have a wonderful time.
A wonderful time talking about Little Britain.
Oh, Little Britain.
Yeah.
Do you have any history with Little Britain?
I've obviously known, or I've always known about it. I'd never watched an episode of it, I don't think.
Do you not think so?
No, I genuinely don't think so. I've just like a cultural osmosis of it.
Yeah.
Growing up. And then like the last couple of years, there is one segment on Little Britain
that we constantly...
I still like to this day, that I quote quite often.
I was seeing it twice.
I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it both times? I'm glad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll talk in detail about it later, but that's The Only Gay in the Village.
Yes.
Because I am gay and I am Welsh, so it is like...
You are in the village.
I am in the village. I am the only gay in the village.
So I don't know how to squeeze this fact in, but the barmaid played by Ruth Jones is named after a producer.
Yes, she is, Mfanwe.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah. We'll talk more about that later, but like, I genuinely quote that like relatively often, actually.
Yes, you have morphed it into your own thing. Yeah, so I'd like to think you've reclaimed it.
Yeah, just like saying the only gay in the village, and he likes cock, Daviv. Like I say that quite a lot.
You could have gotten some cock.
You could have gotten some cock there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as for everything else, I know of all the horrible stuff in Little Britain.
Oh boy, I cannot wait to get into detail with it.
Yeah, but what's your history with Little Britain?
I just remember seeing segments of it when I was quite young and being repulsed by it.
Yeah.
The vibes were rancid. Like, the costuming, the mise-en-scène, the way everything is framed... Just it put me off so much.
Yeah,
I thought it looked disgusting.
It's a nasty show.
I remember even like as a kid, I was thinking like, God, this is horrible.
Yeah. It's not like a comedy thing where like it's aged poorly. Like in between us, there's like some words that don't get used nowadays, stuff like that. But that's like, it was realistic for the time. This is mean-spirited, even for the time.
What we've been kind of talking about, because like we've been talking about obviously comedies, and it's like a common thing to think like punching down is often like a weaker form of comedy for us. We kind of prefer punching up, and this is, I definitely feel, a punching down show.
Oh yeah.
And like, not to I say this every episode, but I'm just going to quickly go into it. I just want to preemptive any sort of people who think like, oh, you're just offended by this show, and any criticism that you have in it, it's because it. I don't know what else equivalent to call it, but it triggered us or something.
Yeah.
It offended us.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say, at least for me, as well as I say you, we have like, we quite enjoy a lot of transgressive media.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, the first thing I did with this show on this episode is speak positively about an offensive bit. The only gay in the village is an offensive bit. It is less so to compare to a lot of the other ones.
Yeah, once we go into them, we'll...
Yeah, but I just mean in the sense of like, it's okay to like kind of find the irony and enjoyment in these things.
Mm-hmm.
But just because we're criticizing him isn't as simple as we're criticizing it because, it's not aged well, it's bad. It can be... Something can be offensive and still kind of funny.
Yeah.
I genuinely do believe that. Well, offensive is the wrong word in that. I like transgressive, like you said. You can push barriers and still be funny. But I think, like you said, the big difference is punching down versus punching up.
Yeah.
I've heard lots of great, like, trans jokes, like, jokes like, I know that, like, follow lots of great, like, black comedians on YouTube and stuff like that. And it's like, they're not belittling other people. They usually, they're talking about their own experience or, like you said, punching up.
Yeah.
Whereas, once we go into the background of this show, the people who made it and such... It's just
our absolute favorites.
I have a lot more of a harsher opinion on one, but we'll go into that.
Do you have any like history with like either Matt Lucas or David? I know Matt Lucas was on Doctor Who, so
they both were, but Matt Lucas was a companion.
Yeah, he was like an actual companion.
Yeah.
He was also on a community episode, the parody Doctor Who.
Well, was he? He was in that.
Well, he was in the convention.
Oh.
He was.
Yeah, I forgot.
He was.
Before I talk about my own opinion, I also do want to preface of like on the other side of just because we criticize this isn't as simple as you were triggered. If we do praise this, it is not like us excusing anything that these people have done. This is a vile show.
Yeah, this is a disgusting show. I genuinely went into this thinking like, okay, clean slate. Obviously, I'm not looking forward going into this. I would like to be surprised. 5 minutes into this, I was just like, this is worse than I could have possibly imagined.
We'll get to that, but I just wanted to preface that, like, especially like as we talk about David Walliams and Matt Lucas now, we like to search for diamond in the rough. We like to be as fair as possible.
Yeah, we
but
often
any compliments we
often give people way too much grace.
Yeah, any compliments we give are not us excusing this. I just want to get that out of the way. Yeah. This is a horrid show. But yeah, Matt Lucas. I kind of like Matt Lucas, so like a bit of background on him is essentially he's worked a lot in TV, film, and theatre especially. Mm-hmm. I can think of him as like the bar. I can't think of the character's name, but like the bartender in Les Mis.
Yeah.
In the stage production of that, like you said, he was Nardole in Doctor Who, one of Peter Capaldi's companions. A very forgettable character for me, but not a bad one. Yeah. It's just kind of like. He's like in the same season as Bill, and I think Bill is like a great companion. Mm-hmm. So I'm always just like, oh yeah, I forgot Matt Lucas is there. Mm. But yeah, so I know of Matt Lucas. I have more of a personal beef with David Walliams.
I fully understand as a teacher and who has to often read children's books.
Yeah. I will say, to be fair to David Walliams,
he didn't write those.
He didn't.
So, can he really be blamed for the millions of books that stock the W.H. Smith shelves?
Well, it's like, well, to talk about like David Walliams, like he is a children's author. That wasn't his like starting off point. He just became a children's author after he was already successful. His first book was The Boy in the Dress, which I've not read, so I can't necessarily form an opinion on. But I have this weird thing in my head. I need to read it, to be honest, because part of me is like, oh, I think that's good that, like, kids have something that explores gender.
Yeah.
But now I've seen this, and I know about David Walliams. Part of me is like, oh, but does it do it well? I haven't read it,
maybe
so
it saves face. Maybe it's him attempting to. Maybe it's him telling his assistants, like, write me a trans-inclusive book.
Maybe. Well, it must be, so it's at least... I can't think of the word, but I know there was Australia, like if it gets banned in schools in Australia because it promotes transgenderism, so it must be at least positive.
Okay,
I guess.
Then there you go. I'll give you this, David.
But yeah, David Walliams, I lump him in. This isn't him, but like there's the trend. I saw a TikTok a couple of years ago I've shared with you. A trend of like children's books going quite vulgar, and kids have always liked vulgarity, but it's like
the dinosaur who shat himself.
I was going to say the TikTok. I wish I could. If I find it, I'll like repost it and shout the person out. But like, it's like children's books from the past of like like a tiger comes to tea, the dinosaur that shat Christmas, the dinosaur that pissed itself. And to be fair, he didn't write those books.
Yeah,
and like those books, like
it's in the genre.
They're cute and harmless, but it's just that same sort of thing of like, you know, you can go on for hours and hours about how kids' media has changed to be more like bright, colourful, flashy.
Also, you could always throw the argument of just like the classics will prevail.
Exactly, and
the dinosaur that pooed himself or whatever the fuck is going to be lost to the sands of time.
Yeah, and you know, no disrespect to whoever worked on that, and like David Walliams has done other like popular ones like the Gangster Granny series and stuff, but I personally, this just sounds really bitter. It really ages me as well. I sound like an old man saying this. As someone who has like read to kids, and I always make an emphasis to read to like the kids I teach, because it's not often that they see men reading, and like I think it's a good thing to do as a role model. I hate reading books that are like funny in that way.
Yeah.
Because once the first jokes hits of like, oh, like he did a big fart, and then like you lose the kids. They're not going to listen to the rest of it. It's like, it's great when you can inject like a bit of comedy into it.
Yeah.
But like stuff like that, they'll just like try and outdo each other.
Humor. You are a crusty old man.
I am a crusty old man. So yeah, that's my beef with David Walliams, which is
mine is just that I literally had to stock his books, and there were so fucking many. No, so mine is more of a labor issue.
He's done loads of books, as in like, you know, he's done loads of books, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it's more just that. Any like, when you think of other children's authors, like this is a bit of an older author, but like both in terms of her own age, but in terms of the age she was writing for. But I'm thinking like a Jacqueline Wilson, who tackles like really important subjects, in like a child-friendly way. Or like, I can't think of the author's name, but one of the first books I read to when I started teaching was like to my class was Charlie Turns Into a Chicken, which is about a boy who shapeshifts into different animals. Unwillingly, but it's like to represent like his emotions, so it happens when he's anxious and stuff. So it's like, it's funny because it's like animal hijinks and it's got like funny pictures, but it's got an underlying message. And to be fair, I'm not saying David Walliams' books don't have that, but just like, it's kind of sucks from a teacher's perspective just seeing like the famous guy from Britain's Got Talent mass producing these books when there's so much other choice out there.
Name brand sells.
Yeah, and you know, it's weird because I'm not going to be like, hey kid, do you want to get the new David Walliams book? Because they're not going to know who it is.
Yeah.
It feels more like marketing to parents of like, I know him.
Yeah.
But that's me nitpicking, and I'm going to be honest.
Having a foot in the industry is already going to help you with promotion.
Yeah, exactly. And thing is, I'm nitpicking because there are so many other things with David Walliams in particular to talk about. So that's him and Matt Lucas are a duo.
Another duo for
another duo. Yeah. Not quite like a Mitchell and Webb level where you don't hear like Lucas and Walliams together, but like they've worked together loads. They both got their start in theatre, which is where they met. And then they've their careers have like veered together and off like throughout time. They've both not collaborated, but like coincidentally done similar things.
Yeah.
Like we said, they were both on Doctor Who to different extents. They both worked on Big Finish audio dramas for Doctor Who back before like the new show had even started. They both big in like the presenting game, just as like general famous British people.
Yeah.
David Walliams was the host of Britain's Got Talent for like a decade.
Yeah.
2012 to 2022, which I never realised.
Well, for that long. Well, that he was ever presented?
Yeah, I don't know why. I thought Ant and Dec were the presenters of Britain's Got Talent.
Well, he was one of the judges.
Oh, he was a judge.
You didn't know that?
I still don't know that either.
I can't believe you've never watched like an episode?
Honestly, probably not since I was a kid, which would have been before 2012.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Not really. I'm saying that. I like.
Wait till the talent show season.
Yeah. I mean, not against it.
You're gonna go insane when you witness the editing on those things and the narratives they pull. You're gonna pull your fucking eyes out.
I know, and I can't handle that kind of like, look at this person who's doing badly. I can't handle that. Any of those.
We're gonna watch the specific like Susan Boyle episode or something.
Oh, she's so ugly, but she sings so well.
Look at this vile bitch.
I never thought a beautiful voice would come out of such an uggo like you. And if you think that's us being mean, no, that's just, well, we'll talk about it. The way Britain treats anyone.
You know what?
We'll
In a
talk about
way,
it.
this show kind of captures the British viewpoint of minorities, the general public.
This show is, in some ways, ahead of its time. Not in good ways. I think in its bigotry, it's ahead of its time. But, yeah, we'll get to that.
It paved the way of how everyone perceives...
anyone who's not white.
Anyone
cis-man.
who's like a middle-class man.
Yeah, essentially. Which is funny, because that's the two people who worked on it. But, yeah, one big difference that surprised me between David Walliams and Matt Lucas's Wikipedia pages is the controversy sections.
Yeah.
Matt Lucas, surprisingly, didn't have one.
No.
So I had to go out looking for some.
You went digging. You're like fucking TMZ now.
I didn't.
You went around Matt Lucas's bins.
Well, one of them I only knew about because Garen said that like he said a couple of weeks, since that was like 2 months ago, Matt Lucas was accosted in the London Underground because I think he spoke out like in support of Israel.
Yeah.
And I sent you that article earlier.
Oh, yeah.
That was like fucking incredible journalism that was like, this is what's wrong with the anti-Israelites. And it's just like, oh, fuck.
Thank you, Telegram.
Yeah, great. But...
don't they parody the Telegram in the pilot? Or was it the first episode?
One of them, they like do like the news reports stuff,
Yeah.
But also, the only other thing I could find on Matt Lucas was just like, he spoke out against, the Kanye thing just happened. Kanye was going to perform in the UK. He spoke out against that. And a bunch of people were like, Matt Lucas, you can't criticize anything Kanye does. You've literally done blackface. Which, they're right.
Yeah.
David Walliams on the other
I think he's done every face under the sun.
Oh, he has. I genuinely, we'll get into that. But this one's less funny because David Walliams does have a legitimate controversy section. So he was actually dropped from Britain's Got Talent because there were many allegations of him making not only sexually explicit but just straight up derogatory remarks about the contestants.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that now. And he got dropped by his publisher.
He did, yeah. So HarperCollins was his publisher. That was a whole other thing as well. It was an internal investigation regarding the behavior towards the female staff. So...
Rough.
Yeah. So David, I'm sure, like...
It's always interesting, though, just seeing, like, the content of, say, these two, the pilot and the first episode. It almost feels like projection. Honestly, these sort of insecurities onto the general public.
Especially with one character, which I'm sure we were thinking about.
I just sort of say, my jaw was on the fucking floor.
There was one bit...
then the director came up on the fucking pilot, and I was like... Oh!
Part of me was hoping you didn't see that, because when I found out who directed the pilot...
No, I was just like, whoa, okay. What?!
yeah. I'll tell you about that now. My bit wasn't on the floor... My jaw wasn't on the floor for that bit, but there was another bit where I fully gasped. But really? I'll tell you which bit later.
It's at the ending of the second episode, of the first episode.
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
I literally, my comments are, fuck it. Oh my god, minstrel sketch.
I know. So... I'll just give it away. We both fucking hated this. Yeah. So, like, whatever. But,
I genuinely think this was the hardest watch of, like, any of these shows we've done so far.
Weirdly, I was watching it and I was like, because we know, like, because they didn't just do Little Britain, there was also Come Fly With Me. And on both of these shows, they done very racist representation. Blackface, like, Asian face, like, pretending to be Asian women. We watched a clip from, like, one of them, like, the other day.
Yeah.
And it was horrific. We had to stop. Like, it was so painful. And it was getting to the end of one of these episodes, and I was like, you know what? This is horrible, but I'm surprisingly not much race stuff in this episode.
And then
genuine
my day ruined.
Oh my god. So do you want to learn about the history of this show?
Let's learn about the history.
Yeah. It started as a radio show.
Many such cases.
Yeah. On the BBC Radio 4.
Okay, so the pipeline, I'm guessing, is the BBC scoops up duos.
Yeah, scoops up comedians.
Scoops up duo comedians, gives them a radio program. If it does decently well with the 50 to 100 age demographic, we'll give them a pilot, and then you get it on BBC One. Pretty
sure, pretty much. Radio show on BBC Radio 4 ran from 2000 to 2002 for 9 episodes, but it actually came back in 2019 for a special called Little Brexit, which I'm kind of interested in, but I'm not going to listen to.
You're not going to listen to? Are you all Britained out?
Oh, I'm never touching this shit again.
Not even in audio format?
we'll have to see. I don't know if it, surely it'll be.
I mean, you can't do blackface in audio. They can do black accents.
I was going to say
they'll find a way.
They'll find a way. There was always plans to transfer to TV, but like from Matt and Lucas and David Williams, like we want to do TV. But it was with the support of one Graham Linehan.
Thank you.
Who championed
Mr.
the
Graham.
show and directed the pilot.
If you want our thoughts on Graham, go listen to our IT Crowd episode.
Yeah, it was so fucking funny to see his name pop up.
I know.
Just like,
I didn't know he directed the episode. Then I saw him in the background.
Yeah, I saw him
was like,
as well.
Shit.
I know. I was like in denial because I knew about it and I was like, is that him? And then just like, yeah.
I recognize that crooked face anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, sure thing. Graham Linehan, shitty person. Listen, we have a whole episode on it. But I was kind of hoping you wouldn't find out because I really wanted to do the reveal.
You wanted to do the reveal.
Do you know who directed this? But yeah, so
it all comes together.
Yeah, so Graham Linehan was a big like fan of the radio show, and he couldn't commit to directing the full series, but was like, "I'll direct the pilot for you." The TV show filmed at Pinewood Studios. With very similar material to the radio show, but with more of a focus on returning characters. It was one of BBC Three's launching shows, but it moved to BBC Two due to its success and popularity.
Yeah, they're going up the pyramid of the BBC.
Yeah, exactly. Much of the show was filmed on location, and these bits were shown to a live audience, so the audience laughter is like, it's still real audience laughter.
Well, that's good, because if you weren't there, I wouldn't know when it was being funny.
Honestly, I was kind of surprised when there was an audience laughter.
I know, I forgot about it.
You can tell it's filmed on location.
Yeah.
So it was just, that's why I specifically tried to find out like how it was filmed. And they did say like some of it was filmed in front of an audience, but like a lot of it that was filmed on location was just shown to an audience later.
You could tell because it gets a lot smoother.
Yeah.
I always love that, and like especially in like Only Fools and Horses or something.
Yeah.
It's like an exterior shot, and they actually shot it on like 16 millimeter in like 24 frames a second.
Yeah.
And it cuts to an interior and they're buttery smooth.
And it's like set with like
with like maximal lighting.
Yeah. The show ran for the 9th of February 2003 to 30th of December 2006 for 3 seasons, plus 1 season which was Little Britain USA, which I don't know, weird concept. I'm not looking into it. For 44 total episodes.
And a movie.
I forgot about the movie.
Directed by David Swimmer.
Really?
Yeah, ring ding ding a ding ding. No wait, that's crazy far. I was trying to do Friends. Ding 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 ding. Ba 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 ba.
So no one told you life was gonna be this way.
Ring a ding ding.
Now we talked about how offensive this is, and like, we're looking back at it with like 20 years of hindsight. No, people were talking about how offensive this was back then.
Yeah.
There were articles at the time talking about how like horrible this is.
I bet it was from the woke papers.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, the politically correct papers at the time, because woke wasn't invented until
That's true.
2000.
Woke hadn't been designed as like the catch-all term to like
they didn't
disregard everything.
Yeah, they didn't.
Focus test.
Yeah, it hasn't been focus tested yet.
Yeah.
See, now I'm editing this, so I'm gonna sound incredible.
You're gonna sound great.
And you're gonna sound stupid. Every fuck up you have, I'm gonna repeat.
Just try. Yeah.
I'm gonna repeat it.
That'd be really funny if you did. To be fair,
like that, for instance, it's gonna be like
you're somehow filming this. This is the first video episode that we're doing. So the Scotsman called it increasingly offensive. There was a whole book, not just the whole book about Little Britain, but there's a book by Owen Jones called Chavs, The Demonization of the Working Class, which sounds
I know.
Sounds
I
really
know
interesting.
about that book.
Yeah, sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
Which talked about Vicky, the girl in this episode. This is funny. Not funny in a good way. The series became popular with children, despite it being shown after the watershed, leading to many teachers speaking out against it due to a rising case of copycat behavior in class at playgrounds. And it's just really funny to think, like, nowadays it's like, kids these days and their online stuff and their skibbities. If I was a teacher and I was hearing kids do some of the fucking bits from Little Britain, I'd be mortified.
I would personally crucify David Williams and Matt Lucas.
Yeah, genuinely. David Williams, get away from kids. Stay out of kids' faces.
I'm just saying the defamation laws in the UK are quite different. We're joking. We're not calling David Walliams a nonce.
We
would never joke about that.
Never said that. No, never did. However, they did work for the BBC. So
Fork Crown and Kitchen once again.
Maybe that was a joke.
That was a joke.
David and Matt, if you're listening to this because you Google your own names, that was a joke. Come on, we're being fair to you.
Yeah.
Matt Lucas did respond to all of this relatively recently, saying, "I wouldn't make this now. It would upset people. Society has moved on a lot since then, and my own views have evolved."
I hope
which
so.
is the best thing to say. However, he has also defended the decisions they made at the time, saying that he and Williams just wanted to play a diverse set of characters. And I personally think this is like kind of unforgivable. You'll see what I mean. During the 2020s, when COVID was happening, there was the BBC's Big Night In, where Matt Lucas and David Walliams reprised their roles from Little Britain, specifically, and I'm sorry for the use of the word, but I'm going to use the word because they use it, specifically their transvestite characters.
In 2020.
In 2020, but they did say in character that they would not play them again, and I thought of me, it's like, just don't fucking play them again.
No.
Just be like, oh, remember when we did that?
It's not one of the classic characters either, is it? You don't see anyone...
I think they just knew that they couldn't get away with doing, like, the blackface ones again. That they were like, what's the next one up we can do? I don't know, the transgender one.
Sure.
So, in 2020, Little Britain and Come Fly With Me were actually pulled from streaming due to its use of blackface, specifically.
Oh, well, they only wanted to pull the ones with blackface, but that ended up being all of them.
Yeah, probably. It was put back on iPlayer in 2022 with the blackface removed and a content warning added. Now, discussing this is really weird.
We were talking about this.
Yeah, we were. Because the BBC have done this before, so like we always bring it up. We're big fans of Doctor Who. And there's an episode of Doctor Who that was removed off iPlayer because it features 2 seconds of Hugh Edwards, who was a BBC presenter who was a pedophile. A nonce. Saying the actual word feels really weird.
Yeah.
So they took the whole episode down. So BBC have done this before. They will take things down if it's not like appropriate or like got something they don't like in it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it should have left it up. Arguably, I think they should have kept it down. If you're going to take it off, keep it off.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the use of blackface is abhorrent, but it's not the only abhorrent thing in this show. It's probably the worst thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say it's the worst thing in the show, but, if they're going to start removing things, if you're going to remove everything offensive, there will be no show left.
There'll be like 2 sketches.
Yeah.
It'd be like the one with the classroom where he was making him read, which was kind of funny.
Yeah, because like nothing offensive was happening.
Of course, we're strawmanning here. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But you never know.
No.
But going through like, obviously this is IMDb, so these reviews were probably done in like 2006.
Yeah.
But, glowing reviews.
These shows had fans. They had fans.
The show was huge.
It got multiple seasons, and like it got a video game, which I own, and I played. Yeah. I bought it for £2 from CEX. I played 1 level. It was awful. I had to like earn like 300,000 points to unlock the level you play as the gay boy, and I was I'm not doing that. So, and I looked up cheat codes.
You didn't want to play the only gay in the village character?
I wanted to, but it wouldn't let me. So I looked up cheat codes to see if I could unlock it, but there are no cheat codes.
There are no cheat codes. That's a shame.
Yeah, but I'll tell you some stuff about the game later.
Okay.
But adding a content warning is definitely good. I'm definitely on the side of just take it down. We don't need this to be
I'm personally of the thing of just like it's existed, it's out there. At least give it context.
Yeah.
Not that you can.
Yeah. I think if they didn't take it down, I would be like, add a content warning. It's the fact they took it down for 2 years and then put it back up.
Yeah.
It's like, it's been down for 2 years. Keep it down.
Yeah.
I definitely think that there is an argument in any other situation. There is an argument.
I just think it could be a slippery set of like you take it down for like one thing, and like before you know it, like someone's gonna take stuff down for being gay.
That's what I mean. I was gonna say like there's an argument for like stuff shouldn't be taken down even if it is aged poorly, and I can completely understand that.
Because like what is that like? Obviously, this is like heinous and genuinely.
Yeah, this
like,
is a genuine case of like offensiveness.
But like what the general public perceive as being offensive has obviously changed. Because if this was say the 80s, obviously they just wouldn't air any gay programming.
Yeah. No, exactly. So it's more complicated a matter than just this is offensive, get rid of it. It's more that they had the foresight to like remove it. And being honest, if you know about like what happened in 2020, they weren't the only companies that were removing like shows with blackface, specifically because the Black Lives Matter movement. Like
Netflix was doing it. I'm sure Amazon was doing like some shit.
So honestly, I don't personally, and this is pessimistic or nihilistic or something of me. I personally don't think the BBC did this out of the goodness of their hearts.
No,
they did it to
none
save
of these
face.
corporations are doing it because they actually like think they just don't want to get any flack for it.
Yeah, exactly. So we can discuss and go around like all the possible things they could have done, but realistically, they're going to put it back up because this show does have fans. I reckon if they could put it back up with the blackface still in it, they would.
Yeah.
They're only doing it to save face. But yeah, that's pretty much all the behind-the-scenes things on the episodes, on the show as a whole, until we go into specific episodes.
We're very sorry for that interference. A little bit of a technical hiccup on our part, but
like
anyway,
said,
we're back.
Like we said, we're trying a new setup today, so and accidents prone to happen.
But we'll more than make up for it with a guest at the end.
Yes, Don't forget about
thank
the
you for
guest.
sticking around so far. You're in for a real treat.
Yeah, because the guest is going to be here soon, but also we are now talking about not only the pilot, but episode 1. So let's go into the pilot first.
Okay.
So Domino Toppling, aired February 9th, 2003, directed by
Graham Linehan.
Written by Matt Lucas and David Williams. A little fact about this: all of the skits used in this episode were used or at least remade throughout season 1, and you can tell because some of them are literally the exact same in episode 1.
Yeah,
which made rewatching it painful.
Yeah.
But yeah, one person.
I don't know. I admire the not using the transphobic, the exact one. I'm sure they will later on.
Oh yeah,
but they can be a variety of transphobia, so that's nice.
Transphobic in many different ways.
Yeah.
What I was thinking for this section is we can just kind of go like the sketches one by one. We're not going to have lots of thoughts, but
that's basically how I did my notes as well.
Before we go that though, there's someone we haven't talked about because David Williams and Matt Lucas, like the face of this show, they play pretty much all the characters they possibly can, even the ones they shouldn't play. But they're not the only like big name in this. Arguably, there's one more name we haven't talked about, who I only recently found out is involved in the show because of the video game. Tom Baker narrates the show.
He does.
If you don't know Tom Baker, he is arguably, other than David Tennant, like the most famous Doctor Who. He played the fourth Doctor in the 80s.
2006.
Yeah.
Pre-2006, he's the face of Doctor Who.
Yeah, exactly. And arguably, like, I'd say, like, even during, like, he still holds that, like, mantle for
older
whole generation before like us.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I genuinely think like he's still alive. He's very old. He's lived like he's a very long life.
He's like 90 something.
Yeah, he was old during the 50th anniversary.
Yeah,
and that was like 12 years ago. Yeah, that's just wild to hear Tom Baker say some of these things, knowing that he's Doctor Who.
Yeah.
You know,
it's really funny considering as well, like in public, he always tries to put on the best face for the children, and he's just doing this. But I don't blame him for it.
No, I've got nothing against Tom Baker. He
did do one of my favorite jokes where he's just like, when the credits were rolling, and he's just like, if you have like any comments, just write to these people. There goes me.
Yeah, no.
That's great.
Honestly, I do like some of the lines that he gives during his voiceover. And saying that, Tom Baker, I do think he has got, like, probably just, like, from one clip I've seen, you know, the behind the scenes of Doctor Who when he's like, K9, run the numbers. I can't do that, master. You never fucking know the answer.
No, he has a great swearing voice. He just never gets to implement.
I feel like someone... I
want to know what that's from. What is that clip from? Because it is the crustiest thing.
How long, K9?
Insufficient data.
Yeah, you never fucking know the answer.
I don't know. When I get to Tom Baker's run in 10 years, because I'm watching Classic Who in order, like one episode a month, I'll tell you.
I hope it isn't just Lost Media, because that looks really funny.
Yeah. But I imagine if you work with kids, I say this, I do work with kids, but I imagine especially if you are the face of children's television for like, you know, he's still the longest running actor to play the Doctor.
Yeah.
Like, if you're the face of children's television that long, I believe so. Other than maybe Jodie overtook him because of COVID. But I imagine you probably want to get a bit dark with your humour and, like, kind of experiment outside of kids' media.
I'm only going to look because I know Garen will be screaming otherwise.
I'm sure he is.
No, it is still Tom Baker.
Yeah, I thought so, because he was, like, the Doctor for, like, 8 or 9 years. we start with the first sketch is Vicky in the court. I do like
I just put it down as prosecution sketch.
Yeah, that's fair. Tom Baker does say, British justice is the best. If you disagree, you're a woman, a gay, or a mental. It's just like, oh God, we're getting straight into this.
We're just going straight into it.
This character, Vicky, the chav girl, for lack of a better term, Matt Lucas plays, she's like one of the most beloved characters from the show.
Yeah,
people
she's like,
love this bit.
Yeah, she's like all over like a lot of the marketing for her. It's them and the disabled guy and his
Kara,
and his Kara.
Yeah.
It's like them two, I would think, in my head, as like the
I
characters.
think so, yeah.
And her bit seems to be she talks quick.
She talks quick and she says no, but yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of speaks like us.
I speak eloquently.
Yeah, we do.
I enunciate.
Yeah.
I don't want to go through all these sketches and just kind of be like, not funny.
No, but yeah, but
I just want to highlight like certain ones more or less, and maybe like bring up like the famous characters.
Yeah, exactly. Because like for example, the next sketch after that was like posh people in a restaurant.
I fucking hated that one.
I hated that one, but there was one joke I hate to say where it did get me a little bit.
Wow.
Because it's like this fucking David Walliams is this weird chef who's like telling them this secret recipe and it's just like butter and salt and shit, and he's playing a fucking flute the whole time, but then he does whip out that violin. I don't know.
You got the violin,
for a split second that got me.
It got on so long.
It did, and then it sucked.
And then I watched the episode one and it's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
He's back.
Yeah,
they remake
this time
that one.
Scottish.
He's Scottish this time, and also they get rid of the violin bit, so it's like, oh, the bit I liked.
Yeah.
No, that one did suck. The weirdest part of this episode, I think, is the massage parlor sketch.
Where it
it's
keeps
not
coming
a full
back.
sketch; it just keeps cutting back.
Well, yeah, because like I was thinking like, oh, they're gonna keep cutting back to like some of these bits into like intermittently.
Yeah.
But it only seems to be that one.
Yeah, because like I would kind of. I think this is the first time we've talked about like a sketch style show.
Yeah,
like,
actually, I think so.
Like, there's no plot. It's just, like, contained sketches. But then in episode 1, the actual first episode, you do get, like, a setup with, like, Vicky in school. And then at the end of the episode, there's a resolution to that.
Yeah.
So maybe they explore that more in the future. And they try and do, not character arcs, but, like, they bring back...
like joke arcs.
Yeah, joke arcs. Maybe they do that. But in this episode, it's just, like, cutting back and forth. And then... It
just seems to me that the whole crux of this joke is a minority, like a characteristically British minority, is putting in a situation and it being absurd next to the straight character, which is often just a middle class Englishman.
Yeah,
and they act like it is absurd, and that is usually 90% of the jokes.
Yeah, it's generally like, oh, look at this person doing something weird,
and then you just go,
oh,
that's weird.
Yeah, and like. Honestly, I think the jokes in this that have nothing to do with that are kind of funny. Like, there's the one bit with the toy shop sketch where it opens following a priest.
I don't think it's strongest when it leans into the absurdity rather than whatever the fuck else they're trying to do.
Yeah, exactly. Because like I like it when you follow the priest, he gets on a bike and rides off, and then a cyclist comes out the shop, and it's like, I just stole the bike.
Yeah,
but like,
some of my favorite stuff is like the exterior shots.
Yeah,
like when they have like the Victorian prostitutes in front of like.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Yeah,
like it was like
someone in the
London.
barracks. That's really good.
Yeah, it's a shame that like. I don't know, like all these criticisms of Matt Lucas, David Williams. We never said they can't be funny.
No.
They're just hyper focused on like.
Yeah, they clearly like they're pretty seasons like performers, and they do when they're not playing another race. Yeah. That's like
when they like. It's as simple as that. They can be funny.
I guess this could just be an extension of criticism of like British theatre, specifically like.
Oh yeah.
Prior to like. Probably like in the early 2000s or something. Like this sort of thing was just kind of common.
Yeah. It's funny really because it's weird. I think this is actually relevant because the next sketch we have is the rubbish transvestite in the pool, which I'm sorry. That's
fine. That is completely. I just wrote it down as transphobic sketch, and then after I just wrote, "This is the worst thing I've ever seen."
Yeah, but I think it's relevant to like talk about the fact as well of like Britain's history with like. Drag in a sense of like pantomime.
Yeah,
you know, it's like it's not uncommon for like British people. Like it's funny because it's a big conversation in America of like drag. Oh, you can't read to children in a drag dress, and it's like it's a part of British tradition that like pantomime just has like drag queens in them essentially.
But kind of. I always feel
it's different.
drag always feels like, specifically drag as in like the queer rep of it.
Yeah.
It feels completely different in my head. It's again, it's that punching down thing. I don't think drag is punching down. I feel as though it's camp, whereas this definitely feels this is massively like punching down.
I actually think there's like a middle ground, because I think like drag is like playful with it. I think pantomime dames, which is the proper term for like usually like man dressed as a like hyper feminine woman in a pantomime, I think they're a weird middle ground where they are kind of punching down. The joke is it's a man in a dress, but if they're done right, it can still be like an engaging character.
Yeah.
Whereas this is literally just, the joke is a man failing to perform femininity.
Yeah.
And like even like in the narration, Tom Baker
she dresses like a Georgian woman.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm a lady, and overperforms it.
It's one joke.
It is.
And they keep hammering it down. And it's just and I guess the other joke is just the reaction. At least in the episode, in the first episode, you get the joke that the guy doesn't like
realize that she's trans.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, it's something at least.
I just thought he was a chaser.
Yeah, fair. No, I think it's the same thing we talked about when we talked about Graham Linehan's writing on the IT Crowd. I think this joke could work if the plot twist in episode 1, for example, is Matt Lucas's character realizes that she's not a woman, based on what they're saying, and is still into her.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just play with it that way. We're not saying you can't joke about this stuff, but there is no joke. The joke is David Walliams.
You can diagnose the British psyche with this entire program.
This is genuinely the bit where I was like, this is ahead of its time. Joking about it. Oh, she it's so weird to talk about this. Not sound like say horrible things.
Yeah.
Hey, the joke is like, oh, a man dressed as a woman trying to go into a woman's changing rooms. Ahead of its time in terms of like bigotry.
It's crazy how it's also by the guy who's still peddling this idea.
Yeah.
To this very day. It feels like, just like, dude, you made up a person in your head and now you're going ape shit.
Yeah, it's literally that same exact thing. This is the kind of thing I can imagine someone would share on Facebook now, and it'd be like, see, we've been saying the same thing since 2003. Yeah. It's like, yeah, and back then it was just as stupid.
Yeah, you made up a character to get mad at.
Yeah.
And then you get like, I can't believe this is happening.
I can't believe that she thinks she could go into the women's changing rooms. We're just like, it's like, yeah.
We got 10 Downing Street sketch. The guy's gay. He's into the Prime Minister.
The Prime Minister is played by, I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, he's played by Krillitane.
He is the Krillitane, you're right.
Also Buffy.
He's also in Buffy. I've been carrying on with Buffy, so that was a fucking shock. Yeah, Anthony Head, who's in Doctor Who. Big British actor. This was, I checked, Buffy will have like just ended, so I'm just like, oh Anthony Head, you've fallen. Immediate like fucking career decline.
It's okay, he might as well Doctor Who for an episode.
That's true, and he's fun, like he's funny in this in the sense of he's not doing anything offensive.
No.
He's playing the straight man, and he does play that well, because that's what he is in Buffy as well.
Yeah.
But
he plays a good stoic guy, but the joke is kind of thin again.
It's just like it's not explicitly said, but it's just like gay guy in love with the Prime Minister, and like essentially assaults him.
He's not reciprocating.
You know, yeah. Again, it's like on paper, I don't hate that idea. When this sketch gets remade in episode 1, and the end of the joke is
the other guy was actually into him.
Yeah,
it's just like that's a good joke. You have a setup and you have like an actual punchline. But it isn't just like, oh, the gay guy's into me.
It's like, oh, the gay guy is into the Prime Minister and he's jealous of the Prime Minister's other secretary because he's like, oh, he's into you, but he actually is. Like that's a payoff. Still offensive, but it's a payoff.
Weight Watchers.
Oh, this one was a fun one for me.
Yeah.
Because
maybe this is why we hate it, because like it was coming for us.
Yeah, it's coming for other people, but like it did pick on us. But like I said, there are times where like humor like this can work. There was even a joke in this, like the Weight Watchers bit I kind of found funny, which is like, so essentially it's a Weight Watchers meeting. They call them fat fighters. If you don't know what Weight Watchers is, because I think is a
UK thing?
Yeah, this is all like really British, but I don't know if Weight Watchers is a thing in other countries. Weight Watchers is like a community group you go to when you want to lose weight, where you like weigh yourselves in front of other people and publicly discuss it.
It's a humiliation ritual.
It's a humiliation ritual. My mother actually does it with a friend. She does. She's invited me to go, and I was like, no, I'd literally rather stay fat than go to Weight Watchers. the UK has, it's obviously like the history of like bigotry in the UK comes from all sides, but the history of like fat people in the UK is so fascinating to me, because they were just like reality shows where it's just like, we're going to see the fattest family in England and shit like that.
Let's look at these fatties.
Yeah. Which is funny, because if you like, I feel like other countries' idea of like a typical British person is like a fat middle-aged bald man.
Like typical Brexit geezer.
Yeah, typical Brexit geezer, and it's just like
meet the wife, Susan.
Exactly. Like sunburnt.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
In Benidorm.
In Benidorm.
Yeah. But like, what sucked with this sketch is the fact that there is there's a kid there.
Yeah.
In this, and hopefully that kid had fun.
I feel as though you could sort of give leeway to this, in that you could sort of say like, oh, the joke is on the lady who's obviously projecting her insecurities on others.
Yeah, like I kind of like the joke where everyone else was like, I'm 2 stone away from my goal, and she's like, I'm at my goal actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, the inclusion of the kid kind of upset me, just thinking like, God, I hope this kid was like enjoying this and didn't like feel like shit afterwards. But again, I kind of like the joke in this at the end where like, the host of the Weight Watchers is saying like, oh, she's at her weight, she doesn't need to lose any more weight, and she's bullying the kid, so the kid calls her fat.
Yeah.
But I do kind of like the joke.
Like, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, well, she's like, if you say that to me again, I'm gonna kill your mum. I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny.
That's pretty good.
But yeah, and then we got a couple more just nothing ones. What's up with the fucking? They did this one in episode 1 as well.
The tiny
little
guy?
Actor. Yeah, and
Is it a specific reference to a specific actor?
No idea. Because like,
do you like the perspective jokes?
It works. I prefer them in episode 1 where it has like the giant.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, but if you haven't seen this episode, which I don't blame you if you haven't, but you're listening anyway, which first of all, thank you. When we say little man, we don't mean like a little person. We mean David Walliams in like a massive chair, making him look tiny.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Maybe it's just like a general sort of thing that a lot of actors are short.
Maybe. But then he has that weird thing where he's like, I want to sing the theme tune of everything. But he's like trying to give him roles like he was going to be in Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Who's it? Like fucking Ray Fiennes.
Oh yeah, he's been decapitated.
Yeah, Ray Fiennes has been decapitated. They need someone to play Indiana Jones's brother.
Yeah.
But
then do you have anything else to say?
No, you go.
Okay. We got the council flat one where the guy fancies his nan.
Yeah, which is another one that's remade in episode 1. I have no thoughts on feelings on this.
Yeah,
I like the effect where like it glows.
Yeah, that made me chuckle a bit. Didn't really go anywhere.
No.
Only gay in the village.
Only gay in the village.
Surprised it was so silly.
I know. That's not Ruth Jones though.
No, not initially.
Who the fuck that is?
No idea.
No. But yeah, so I like this sketch. I don't know. This one, it's so complicated because I do think like, it's a very stereotypical representation of a gay person, but I kind of like what they do with it, where it's like, so Matt Lucas is Daviv, the only gay in the village, and he's lonely, and then David Williams comes in as like another gay from Cardiff, and he's like, oh, you're not the only gay in the village anymore, and Daviv is immediately like defensive. But I like what they do with the whole like, well, if you're really gay, who played Dorothy in Love Wizard of Oz? Yeah,
like very surface level.
Yeah, and I really like, especially because we were in CX the other day, and we saw a box set for a show called Are You Being Served? With a reference in this.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're like, who's the gay character, and are you being served? And the whole bar answers.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
I like the joke where like everyone else is just like really inclusive.
That's what I was going to say. I like that the bit is, yes, he's like being an extremely like outlandish representation of a gay person, but everyone else in the village is fine with it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that's like that's a pretty fun joke.
It doesn't feel like what the other jokes are, where the other jokes are outlandish person and everyone else is like, oh, this is ridiculous, look at this person.
Yeah.
It's more just like outlandish person, everyone's fine with it.
Yeah.
I think that's what the show could have been in general. It wouldn't have excused everything else, but like it would have made it slightly less painful.
And then it ends with the domino thing.
Yeah, so apparently every episode ends with them trying to like break a world record. So I assume
they're quite shit at it.
Yeah, so I assume every episode ends with the same bit of like they're laying out dominoes and they're like, oh, we need another box.
That did me.
That did, yeah.
That's kind of funny.
And then episode 1's equivalent is like beans. We need more beans for the bath of beans.
Yeah,
that one makes no fucking sense, but okay. But as a whole, I mean, it's a successful pilot. It tells you exactly what the show is going to be.
Fair play. That is what the show is.
Yeah. And the one thing it didn't do is race humor. Anyway, episode 1.
Okay, just to avoid repeating ourselves, if we come across a remake of a joke, we might touch on it, but we're not going to go into detail.
Yeah, especially because a lot of them are very similar.
Yeah.
So episode 1, Bath of Beans, aired September 16th, 2003. It was directed by Steve Bendelek, director of Mr. Bean's Holiday.
I did see that.
Yeah.
So, classic.
Went
But
up
he
in the
also
world.
did a Harry Hill movie, so...
Yeah, well.
He was just sort of the go-to British TV translated to
British
movie.
film, yeah. Yeah. Be interesting to talk about, You've Been Framed. I don't know how we would do a You've Been Framed episode. But, because how would we talk about it? It'd just be it'd be funny when the kid gets hit by a ball.
To be fair, I did watch a lot of You've Been Framed.
Oh, I did as well.
This is before YouTube was big, so, we had to get our kicks elsewhere.
Yeah, if you haven't seen You've Been Framed, it's basically just, people getting into, harmless accidents and silly videos. Did you ever want to, send something into You've Been Framed to get,
all the
that
time.
250 quid? Yeah.
I don't even know if anyone did.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's all a lie. They just, because YouTube was a thing. It just wasn't popular. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just stole all those videos. Yeah, but it was this episode was also written by Matt Lucas and David Williams again. So we open with Vicky again, but not in a courthouse this time. She's
in
at
a school.
And it's the same bit, though. Where
It's the same
just
bit.
why haven't you done the essay? Oh, well, but I
didn't understand that.
I didn't know. No.
Moving on.
Yeah.
10 Downing Street.
10 Downing Street, we've already said about this one.
But this one actually has a payoff.
It does
So
have
we've
a
got to give
payoff.
them a little bit of credit.
Yeah, they improved this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we go back to the
Transphobic
person, but she's in a bar this time.
They're in a bar.
pool.
Again, there's an actual, I guess, some form of back and forth.
Yeah, because she goes in a bar and it's no one wants to know her except Matt Lucas's character who buys her a drink and is oh, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
But then they both go into the toilet and it's oh, she's peeing at the urinal.
Yeah. But we get finally introduced to probably the most iconic duo
Yes.
of this entire show.
Andy and whoever his friend is called, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who Andy is Matt Lucas in a wheelchair and David Williams is his friend / carer.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are kind of the face of Little Britain. I think even in the intro, we haven't talked about the intro, but it's just
it's
Tom Baker
doing
being
the thing.
Britain, like that. But they're even the final image you see.
Yeah.
They are definitely the most iconic characters of this.
So the joke is that he's pretending to be disabled.
Yeah, I guess I didn't get that from the first sketch with them.
Yeah, they didn't get because he was just fucking with him.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the second one, he's diving.
Yeah, I thought that was a little funny.
You like the absurdity of it?
Yeah, I like the framing of it. I'm a sucker for when things happen in the background. So what happens in that sketch is that he takes him to the pool, and while David Williams is speaking to a lifeguard and being "Can you help me get my?"
I feel as though if you're going to go with that and do it in one frame, I think you need to push the absurdity.
I was going to say my only disappointment is because he runs up the stairs and he jumps off the diving board, but he just does a pencil jump.
I know.
I think he should have, as he was going up the stairs, they should have replaced him with
I like a professional diver.
professional diver, flipping. I know they wanted to do it in one shot, but I feel like they could have done it somehow.
You could have put a bit of that movie magic in.
Yeah. Matt Lucas is running up the stairs. He goes off for 2 seconds, and it's just I don't know, the equivalent of Tom Daly diving into that pool.
I think that would have actually pushed it a little bit more, but as it is, it was just kind of eh.
Yeah. It's weird to criticize this one of
Well, that's
terrible.
a later joke. The one they're doing here is that he wants to go to the opera, and then he goes, and then he's like, I don't
he's
like it.
you won't like the opera. I want to go to the opera. Oh, I don't like it.
Yeah.
That's the joke. But just speaking of the character in general, it's weird to criticize it for being a horrible depiction of a disabled person when the joke is they're pretending to be disabled.
Yeah.
You don't even know what part of it to come for.
Well, a lot of people in the UK doubt a lot of people's disabilities.
Actually, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. There's unfortunately a horrible trend of just people.
It's just always been a thing.
It. Yeah, it's
if you're visibly disabled, a lot of people just doubt it.
Yeah, and if you're not visibly disabled, are you even disabled?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or are you going your benefits?
Yeah, everyone thinks everyone's coasting off
them.
Any sort of money, and they don't want to work and that sort of shit. It's a very common narrative peddled by conservatives.
Genuinely, yeah. It's the whole benefits. the idea of benefits fraud is weaponized so much in politics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you get to the least offensive sketch, which is quite funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that
this.
joke. I really like the fact he just keeps swapping back and forth, and every time a kid stops, and he starts doing it together. And I like the twist of just like he can't read.
Yeah. So it's a teacher in a grammar school. My favorite bit of that is when he's just like gets 4 kids to read together, and he's like, right, now in Scottish, and then they just all start speaking with like really subtle Scottish accents. And you also get the guy being horny for the nan.
You get that again. It was during this I noticed they have so many like bloom filters on it.
Yeah.
It was glowing. It was radioactive. And I'm not even talking about when it goes into like fantasy when he like sees her. Just in a normal day-to-day, it's just like, I think it's just because they were shooting on standard def cameras.
Yeah, probably.
It was a similar thing with like Doctor Who season 1. They had like a million filters on it to like
looks like kind of oily.
Yeah. Stick some Vaseline on the lens to like make up for the low definition.
That's really funny that people do that. This is one I haven't really thought about since watching it. The hypnotist on a date.
I kind of like it.
Yeah. It reminds me of the bit in IT Crowd where Jen goes to on a date with the magician.
Also, we saw I guess he's not a hypnotist. He's more of a in a Splitsville.
Oh, in Splitsville. Yeah, I'm a sucker for any like play on a magic, but it's real.
Yeah.
Like I do like the hypnotist actually hypnotizing her.
Yeah.
And again, it has a setup. He can hypnotize her, and he hypnotizes his date, so she buys cheap things. And it has a payoff where he gets like a lobster and a bottle of champagne for himself.
Yeah, so that's okay.
Yeah.
We got the theatre agent thing again.
Yeah, they got a bit more theatrical with this one.
So I guess they got like an extra tenner for the giant hand.
Yeah, they do the giant hand, and in the original, he gives him like a script, but it's like, he says it's heavy, but it's the same script.
Yeah.
But then in this one, he gives him a book, and then like the book is fucking massive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I appreciate them trying with like the perspective and things.
Yeah, I think the shoddy giant hand works in its favour.
Yeah.
We got the Weight Watchers.
Go back to
again.
Weight Watchers. Something I didn't mention the first time with Weight Watchers. There's an Indian woman in these sketches.
Oh, fuck me, man. Oh.
An actual Indian woman. Thank God it's not David Walliams in brownface.
You know what? You gotta admire their restraint.
Yeah. Who speaks with the subtlest of Indian accents, fully understandable.
Yeah.
And anytime she speaks, the character that Matt Lucas is playing can't understand her. And they did that in the first part.
Yeah.
Where like, I can't remember the joke, but it was just she was saying something. And then like, I think she was saying like, to lose weight, we can exercise. And Matt Lucas kept asking to repeat it. And he says like, I can't understand you. Oh, maybe we should do exercise. Just says the same thing she did.
Yeah.
It's worse in this one. Because it's like, what are some foods you crave? And she kept saying fish and chips. And then Matt Lucas says, I don't know, it's probably something we don't have here. And then writes curry on the board. That's just, yeah. Horrible. I want to know, I hope she got paid decent.
We should have our own Nuremberg. British Nuremberg. And we put everyone at the BBC on trial.
Honestly. This would be a great litmus test for like anyone. Like, it's hard because you're going to throw yourself under the bus, but like chuck on an episode of Little Britain in a group of friends and like just see who laughs at what. Like a Russian roulette. Because it's like it's either all fun of like you all suffering together, or you can whittle out some people based on their feelings. But anyway, yeah, that one.
We got the chef sketch again. It was just as unfunny.
Yeah,
if worse.
It's probably worse because I like the bit where it had he brought out the violin and he didn't even do that in this one.
I wrote in my notes, "Oh God, not this again."
It is funny to just think of like they redid that one when that's, as far as I know, not a recurring character.
Yeah, I hope not.
Yeah, for when we watch the rest of this, I hope we don't have to see it again.
Yeah, then we get the Gay Village one again.
Yeah.
Better version?
Yeah, better. Ruth Jones, isn't it? I like the ridiculous outfits that Matt Lucas
sends. Yeah, the latex.
And Ruth Jones, I mean, she is just super funny. I love Ruth Jones.
Yeah, she's great.
She's very funny. And, you know.
Apparently Sally Hawkins is in this?
She?
Either in the pilot or in episode 1. She has a minor role. I didn't see her. Okay. I saw it on IMDb.
Oh, my phone's over there. I don't know. I didn't recognize Sally Hawkins, but I guess it would have been like 20 years ago.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Well, She's doing if she was in this, she's doing well for herself now.
Yeah, she's hiding in the background.
Yeah.
And we look back and she was just right fucking there.
Right there.
And then we get the fucking minstrel joke.
Yeah, so I was genuinely at this point where I was like, oh, okay, no race humor yet. That's not too bad. And when we made minstrel, like, there's blackface, and that's an unforgivable regardless. No, this is literal minstrelsy.
Yeah.
Like, the gloves and everything. And the joke itself isn't even funny. Not that would excuse it, but, like, the joke is on the radio. They're like, the UK has too many minstrels, and then they switch the channel. Like, what?
I'm guessing minstrel means a different thing.
All I can think of is the chocolate. Like, minstrel's chocolate bite things, you know, those things.
Yeah.
The galaxy ones. But I can't imagine that's what it was.
Yeah. Maybe we're too stupid to get it.
Maybe we're too woke.
No, we're too stupid to get the minstrel joke.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe it's really funny and we just don't get it. Yes, the game released on PS2 and PC February 2007 and PSP October 2007. I didn't know this existed until we saw it in CX, and it cost me a whole £2. So how the game works is it's levels where you play as the different characters, and then at the end you get a sketch, which surprised me. You actually like see David Williams and like.
Is it like in-game footage, or is it like an FMV?
It's an FMV.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I played as Vicky, who on her roller skates, and I had to like roller skate around a course. It
Did
controlled.
you get a fart? I'm looking at the back of the cover now. Did you get a fart?
I didn't get to fart. It controlled awfully. There was a good like 1 second delay on all my button inputs.
Yeah.
And then like you unlock other levels. So the levels are Vicky on the skates, Andy diving, like in the diving board.
Oh yeah, I can see that on the back as well.
The transgender character playing football. And Daviv running over other gays on his bike.
That's awesome.
Seems like a very cool game.
So it's like mini games, more or less.
It's a mini game collection. I don't know how the fuck it got made. I don't know how it's a 12, frankly.
It is made by Revolution Software Studios, Game Source, Gamerholics, Granada Ventures, and Blast Games.
It was so bad, it made me question why I have any PS2 games because I never play them. And I priced them all up on CEX, and I could trade all my PS2 games in for a £60 voucher.
That's nothing.
Honestly, not
Don't
much.
do that.
Because I'm not going to do that. Most of them are just like £1.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. Thank you for that very rare segment that we've never done before.
I don't think I've played a game since Buffy.
Oh yeah, that's true. We did do it for Buffy. I was thinking this is the first time we did it.
No, I did it for Buffy. Breaking Bad, I played the fan-made game. The Buffy games were fun. I'd like the Buffy games.
Yeah.
Especially the Game Boy game.
What do you do with this afterwards?
Might give it to someone as a present, as a joke. Maybe one day.
As a middle finger.
I'll say this to Garen now. He doesn't have a PS2. If he did, he'd be getting it for his birthday. Along with something else.
Yeah.
But it is a burden that I do plan on cursing someone else with.
It's like the fucking It Follows curse. You get the Little Britain game.
It's like, oh, fuck's sake. Like, we'll just pass it around the group every year.
You try and give it a CX, like, no.
Yeah. No, we're not having it back.
No.
We do Secret Santa in our friend group, and we do themes. This year, I'm going to be like, maybe the theme should be video games.
Video games.
And no matter who I pull, they get it. But, yeah. You're going to carry on watching Little Britain?
No.
And frankly, some of the stuff we've seen in clips on YouTube and stuff, just like building up to this, is even worse than what we saw in these episodes.
Yeah, so you know.
So I'm happy seeing none of this ever again.
Well, it was certainly an artifact.
It shows a certain time, and in a way, is it not good that we can look back and think, at least it's not on now?
Little Britain, season 26.
Season 26. Because, honestly, there's still an audience for this.
Yep.
The fact that they were doing characters from it in 2020 is still too close for comfort, I think.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
What's been your favourite then of before we go on to our guest?
Yeah.
Which I'm very excited to bring on.
Yeah.
What have your favourite been of the last 5?
Well, I mean,
just in terms of the episode, not in terms of the shows.
The whole show.
Because obviously we have our favourites.
Yeah. Most surprising, maybe my favourite. I was really surprised by In-Betweeners.
Yeah, me too.
Back to that.
I was like going into it quite cynically, and I was just like, this is quite funny.
Yeah, it's like I love Peep Show, and like I knew I was going to enjoy that, and I did enjoy it. And thick of it was good, considering I've never actually watched a full episode.
Thick of it was probably my favorite.
But like in between us was that right like little soft spot of like nostalgia and also being like, actually this holds up quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Least favorite, definitely this, and obviously like IT Crowd. Yes, it's influenced by Graham Linehan, but
I think it's cool what we did with the format.
Yeah.
I'm glad we can get a bit more ambitious with certain episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
Considering what we're going to do later on.
Yeah, we have plans for like other things that we want to kind of play with.
Yeah.
Things like that. But our next season is going to be a bit different.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about video game shows. So shows based on video games.
So should we play the games as well?
I mean, we can play like equivalents of them. You know, it's like fucking yeah. We'll have played them though. So we can talk about our experiences with the games.
Yeah.
Do you
want to announce which ones they are?
Yeah, might as well. Let's just go through all of them.
Yeah. So we're starting off with a Super Mario Bros. Super Show.
Then we're going to the Donkey Kong Country Show, I think is the official term. Or is like the 3D Donkey Kong Show.
Yeah, the really freaky one.
The one with his ass.
Yeah. The one where you can spank once. Then Sonic.
Then Sonic Underground.
Then Sonic Underground.
Yeah.
Then
Pokemon.
Then Pokemon.
Big one. Pokemon.
And then finally The Last of Us.
Because we thought it was really funny to do 4 kids ones and then one a grown-ass adult one.
Yeah.
And to be fair, we'll have thoughts on all of those. Like, those are all, like, very close to us in some sort of way.
Yeah. I'm quite excited. I think it'll be quite fun.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. Before we end on with our guest, because I think it'd be nice to like chuck that in at the end, because we didn't get any fucking thing off Reddit this week.
Yeah.
Because as far as I can tell, there is no Little Britain subreddit. If there is, it's well hidden because I couldn't find it. And frankly, good. Keep it hidden, like fucking Pandora's box. Yeah. So we didn't have anything for that. But if you have any thoughts on Little Britain, you can email us at firsttimeflyerspodcast. Please, like, I'd love to hear from
If you've got a very smart take on this, then please do. If you're just going to be like, no, it's good, fuck off.
Yeah, but you can also email us for suggestions and thoughts on any other episodes or any other shows we've covered or going to cover.
Or like general seasons. We tend to do them in season blocks.
Yeah, like for suggest seasons and themes, ideas, and all of that. If you want to know what we've got upcoming, you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at First Time Flyers Podcast. And you can also find us on YouTube at Pot One Out Studios, where our other podcast, All Hail the King, is, where we're on with producer Garrett, and we talk about Stephen King books and films.
Cool. Nice one. And now...
A special guest, yeah.
Special guest. I'm so excited. Listen, we've been in contact for like, I'm not even kidding, like a year or something.
Yeah.
But we finally got him into our little studio.
Yes,
So, without further ado... Please welcome our special guests, Matt Lucas and David Williams. Cabin crew prepare for landing. Thank you for flying with us today. We hope you have a pleasant rest of your journey, and you join us next week when we depart for the Super Mario Bros. Super Show.